great to go 1-0, and that's what I'm most excited about. Played a lot of people today, having to navigate some not good moments, but that's why you practice, so you can prepare for adversity or outthink adversity. I really was pleased. I told the team the way we won the middle 8. We scored touchdown right before halftime, came out, scored a touchdown on our first drive. And what I was really impressed with, didn't say this to the team, but we came out, I think we threw 4 passes right off the bat. And took a lot of access throws. They were playing off at the corners, kept throwing hitches to a lot of our big wide receivers, and those turned into be very productive snaps for us. So was pleased. Got a lot, like I said, got a lot of people, a lot of reps, and going to be a great opportunity to watch some film and continue to evaluate. We have to get better at the self-induced penalties. That would be the one thing I would say. But that's why we're going to practice, and it's good to have a wake-up call like that. I'll open it up.
Matt, describe the dynamic play to your running back or your quarterbacks here. They're taking a majority of the run plays and what they can do with their legs.
Right. Well, I don't know if taking the run, but it's the read that is for our quarterbacks to keep it on a lot of that stuff. I mean, we're reading somebody in a lot of the power sweep stuff and a lot of the quarterback run game that we have. And if they take away the back, then it's the quarterback's responsibility to keep it. And if that's how teams want to continue to play, we've had a lot of success with quarterbacks running the football here at NDSU, and it's fun to watch both these guys have great success.
Your defense was dominant. You had your backups in late in the game, but before that, I think Maine had about 140 yards of offense and no points, and you kind of dominated there for a while.
Positive. Always concerned when you play well early that 3 words we want to avoid: ego, complacency, and being comfortable. And as a head football coach, you're always concerned about those three things infiltrating your program. And it was great to see. I thought the energy that our kids played with early defensively was really exciting. I know there's probably a few missed tackles, but again, just off the naked eye, I felt like we tackled well. I thought we hit some run fits, and then to be able to come up with a couple takeaways is big.
How big of a deal is it to have Eli Mostert back in the lineup on every snap, have him healthy? He looked like he was beating his guy fairly regularly.
He's a tremendous player. I mean, he was a really good one before he got hurt. He's a really good one right now. I told you before, that's the negative part of the game is people get hurt. But I mean, I bet we played 13 or 14 D linemen today, and I bet we were playing 11 to 12 when the game was still a game. And having some guys get banged up a year ago, that's what we've been able to. It's a developmental program, and Coach Gazer, Coach Phelps, Coach Kramer have done a tremendous job of developing since last year.
Is that the biggest difference between this year's defense and last year's defense? Is just maybe the strength up front and the depth up front compared to a year ago?
Maybe. I think you have more veteran presence up front right now. Early last year, you had a redshirt freshman, Cody Heisman, playing. You had kind of an unproven Javier Darrett, who's now made some big plays for us and has a full year under his belt. Will Mostert, moving from D-end to D-tackle, was kind of a project a year ago. There's a lot of reasons why. Every season's different. So far, we'll just keep plugging away, keep getting better every week.
Sure that Cole Wisniewski can play safety yet? Are we okay with that?
You're the ones that kept asking me all summer long.
What was the mood of the offense after 2 quarters?
Probably you're just irritated. We were in the minus the last year in the red zone 4 times. We came away with 9 points, and really frustrated that on the 4th and goal we could score. No finger pointing, no negativity, but just know we have to be better. And I thought the way they responded right there early in the second half, that's what you want. And that tells me we got some good leadership, because that wasn't Matt Entz. That was our kids, pulling their boots up and getting to work in that second half.
Julian Wlodarczyk had 7 tackles. I think that was career high. What do you think of him today?
Well, hard to see. I try to see the big picture, but Julian has had a really productive fall. A guy who's kind of dabbled a little bit as a part-time player, heavy special teams prior to this, and his opportunity showed up, and he has taken advantage of it. Has a really good skill, can play some man, is physical in the run game, can tackle. Really good Sam backer for us.
Takeaways, I think Wlodarczyk forced the fumble, Logan caught the interception, and
Yep.
the first half of it with Wisniewski, and the second half. as
Just
well.
being around the ball. Life is short. Run to the football, and our guys believe in that, and they're doing a really good job of playing with great energy. We talked today earlier. Your value to this team defensively is going to be measured by how far away from the ball you are at the end of the play. And I'm probably stealing that quote from somebody, but I think our guys know that we need to play hard. We have to have great energy, and man, if we can create opportunities for our offense in a short field situation, that's complimentary football at its finest.
Second week in a row that Cole Payton has led the team in rushing. Is his athleticism even better than what you thought when you got him here 3 years ago?
It's good to see it happen in live action. I think every spring, every fall camp, you get glimpses of it. But because they're in red jerseys, you probably don't get to see them finish plays. Like both those guys. I can sit here and talk about Cole, but Cam did some really nice things with his legs as well. And what was he? 13 of 19, 13 of 18 throwing the ball today. So again, another efficient day, at the quarterback position.
What are the benefits of having Cole go pretty much that whole second half?
Just experience under the lights, the communication piece going from, coach roll up in the box down to the sideline to the huddle, and just the procedure of it all, and just that comfort level. And, getting to work with the starting O-line, not something that he always gets to do in practice, but I think just confidence, and our team having great confidence in him.
You described the emotions before kickoff today and what that was like for you and the entire team?
It was impactful, really impactful, and I appreciate our team and the way they handled it. When we came off the field after warm-ups, the 3 officers and their families, and the 4 families, I should say, were in the back hall, and every single one of our players walked by and shook their hand. So this week we realized that sometimes there's a lot of bigger things in this world than games. And so with the people that we honored today, Coach Roll, it is just a game sometimes, but it's fun how this game can bring people together.
He had 3 field goals. Really, how big was that for him just to get points on the board?
I mean, he's been kicking, it seems like forever now. And he does agree. He's very consistent. And we needed to come away with some points down there. And so, field goals aren't what the standard is, but it's always nice to know that you have a consistent guy. Caleb Bowers does a great job with the snaps, and our protection continues to do a really good job. All right, thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
Logan's interception and return in the first half.
It's awesome, obviously. Anytime we can get the ball, get a turnover, it's great. Didn't think too much of it, just how can I get this guy into the end zone, how can I help out with that? So I think you saw his running back skills on showcase there a little bit. I think he was like a 2,000-yard rusher with 6 games or something like that in high school. Just absurd. So I've heard stories, got to witness it a little bit there.
Safety thing working out pretty good, easier than you possibly could have thought.
I don't know if I'd say easy, but I think what really helped, I have a really good front 7 in front of me. It makes things a lot easier on me. Ball has to come out quick with those guys. Like, they're really good, really good. So ball has to come out quick, and then the gaps are a lot smaller with them in front of me. So I think having the guys around me makes it a little bit easier than a transition than what it would be. But I wouldn't use the word easy to describe football.
Julian, is the defense playing faster than last year? You were out there a ton. Does it seem like everybody's moving faster?
I don't really know if I can compare it to last year, but I think that we are flying around and we're playing really fast together and we're having a lot of fun together. So I think we need to keep that up.
Cam, what was the mood of the offense at halftime?
We just needed to clean up some of the penalties that we had, the intolerable penalties in the first half. We can't do anything after the whistle, and we're not coached that. And we've always been told, too, that we can live with the holding penalty, we can live with the PI, but some of those penalties we just can't have if we want to be great.
How do you approach that? Just take a deep breath, or what do you do at halftime?
I think Coach's message was just play within ourselves and to finish drives, and we all knew that was the reason why we weren't finishing some of those drives and touchdowns.
Cole got a ton of work today, and what does that 1-2 punch bring to the offense when both of you guys can get clicking like that?
I think we're pretty dangerous when both of us are on like that. We both have our own unique style of play, and I couldn't be happier for him.
First drive of the third quarter, you're 5 of 5 passing. Did you do anything different that drive?
I think Coach Roll started calling plays more like he did in the first drive against Eastern Washington, where we kind of just spread things out. They gave me the option, if the corner wants to play soft, we'll get our guys the ball out in space and, let them make plays.
Cole, why do you think the secondary has come together so, solidly so far? A bunch of new faces or guys who played in new positions. Why do you think it's kind of seemed it's been pretty solid so far?
Communication is a big aspect of that, and like I said before, it's really the front seven determines a lot of what we're going to get in this back half. They've done a really good job of making life a little bit easier back there. We also, we had a whole spring ball together, and now we had a whole fall camp together. We had captain's practice together in the summer. A lot of communication, and these guys just buy in. We really work hard to make sure that come Saturday we're ready to play. Coaches do a phenomenal job at making sure we're ready as well. It's a huge part of why NDSU has success is the coaches.
Yeah, they do call the fumble. Cole has a couple of interceptions, and obviously you want to get the turnovers. But why do you think this defense has been so good at creating turnovers through 2 games?
I think just the way we've been practicing plays a huge role with that. Bringing in a new D coordinator, just different drills, different techniques, really putting an emphasis on that, and really just honestly playing fast and playing together. That's what's been huge for us.
Cole, what is it like to try and go up against Cole Payton in practice and that athleticism? Have you guys seen that for the last couple of years, what we've seen the last 2 weeks?
We don't get to thud him or anything, so it's a little bit less, but shoot, he hits a gap hard. There's some times where they're running stuff and you see him coming down, man, that'd be a hard tackle to make. So yeah, we definitely see it. But yeah, Cole's a very gifted player. He can throw the ball really well, and but yeah, we've seen it. We've seen it in practice, and it's funny. The offense likes to jest, oh, you're not making that tackle on Cole. It's like,
I say that all the time.
yeah.
Can you describe that play, the play call of you both in and then him throwing it on the trick play there?
Yeah, it was a similar play that we ran second game last year against North Carolina A&T, and Raja threw it over his head by about 15 yards. So it was it was the exact same play, but we just didn't have a motion guy. But if we were on the other hash, I was going to be the one throwing it. So he got lucky to be the running back there. But
You get a good look at Cole's touchdown run, Cam, that was something again.
I saw the first 20 yards, and then 30 people got in front of me, and I couldn't really tell because I didn't want to jump on the field. But I just looked at the jumbotron and saw him cutting back, and I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, 9 different guys got a pass again today. Just the depth of the receiving corps, tight ends, receivers. Can you just talk about it? Like I said,
I think it's really nice, and I think everybody expects to get the football when they're out there. It was nice to see Bryce Lance get a catch today. Chris Harris had a catch today. And last week, Tyler Terhark had his first catch. Makai Collins had his first catch. So I think, in the receiver room, there's got to be at least 11, 12 guys that have touched the football. And I think that's very rare in college football to have that much depth in a wide receiver room.
It seems like the offense has been opened up more consistently this year, and that's got to be a lot of fun for you as quarterback. How are you enjoying this year's offense and the play calling as to last?
I enjoy it because you never really know what's going to get called, Most of the time I can tell based on who's coming onto the field, but, we can get in 22 personnel and smash it down their face, or we could get in lighter personnels and do what we've been doing really well and just spacing teams out and making them cover each and every inch of the field.
You just said the new defensive coordinator, some things have changed. What's different, or what, Coach Petrino, what do you think he's maybe brought to the defense, or his own little twist to the defense?
Well, he brings quite a bit new football just to our scheme. Quite a bit of play calls introduced, and just different play calling too, in different situations and different drills in practice. Just he brings in his own little flair, so appreciate that from him.
Well, You had, I think, back-to-back plays with interceptions. You ever done that before?
No, I haven't had that happen before.